I'm Matt Simmons. I'm one of the assistant chiefs here at Troy Fire Department. And we just want to reach out to the public and let you guys know what we do here at the Troy Fire Department. A lot of you might have some questions we hear from time to time, and so this is a good opportunity for us to introduce ourselves, get a little look behind the scenes here at Troy Fire Department, and let you know what your tax dollars are doing in the city of Troy and the townships of Concord, Lost Creek, and Staunton. Again, my name is Matthew Simmons, and I'm the administrative chief here of the Troy Fire Department. And some of the things that you might not know, I know you all know that we go out to fires when we're called and we put out the fires, but that's just a real small percent of what we do here at the fire department. Actually, we're on pace here at the fire department to make about 500 to 600 fire type calls and about 4,000 medic calls in the year 2013. A lot of what we do is ambulance based. We provide the ALS units to the city of Troy and to the townships also that I just mentioned. And that's about 85% of what we do is actually go out on emergency medical calls. Then a small percent of what we do is structure fires, and you know, that's a good thing because we also have a full service fire prevention bureau. Now, a lot of you might not know that. A lot of you business owners do know that when we come out to do an annual fire safety inspection, and we do that for the state of Ohio. We have the responsibility to try to figure out what can prevent fires in the state of Ohio. And here at the fire department, we have a full functioning fire prevention bureau staff with 2 fire inspectors and myself that we do the full gamut of fire prevention. That includes anytime a new business comes to town, we do an occupancy permit through the city of Troy, and we want to make sure that that business going into that occupancy is safe to do so. That involves just doing a general review of the plan, make sure we got good fire department access, that the building is able to house, whether it be a restaurant, a small business. And so then once we do that, we do inspections on those and try to do it on a yearly basis. And we go out to all the city schools. We go out to inspect them on a yearly basis to make sure that the children are safe when they go back to school, that there's not going to be any hazards for fires. And also make sure that the planning process is in place for those kids to practice fire drills and also severe weather drills. And making sure there's a safe place for the children to do so. So we're very, very busy. And on top of fire prevention, we also investigate fires. One of the reasons we investigate fires is to make sure you're safe, to know that, hey, what causes fires. And one of the biggest ones are accidental, and that's accidental fires involve cooking. Unattended cooking is a big cause of fires, and we want to make sure that you guys know if you are ever cooking, don't leave that kitchen. You know, stay there in the kitchen to make sure everything's attended to, because if you're especially grease frying, it can get away really fast. And one of the safety tips we want to focus on for unattended cooking fires is having an extinguisher close by, but also whatever you're cooking in the pan, make sure the lid is close by, because that is the fastest way to put out the fires, put that lid back on. We're in the summer months, and I just want to address one little thing before we sign off. Is we are in the summer months, and you just got to be aware if you are having recreational fires, attend those. Don't leave those fires unattended. When you go to sleep at night, make sure they're totally out. So it's been a little dry, so we want to make sure you're safe in that manner. You can have recreational fires. We get that all the time, but it has to be no bigger than a 3-foot circular fire, no higher than 2 feet. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I just want you to have a safe summer and fire-free. So I appreciate your time, and again, thank you, and I will see you in the future.
Hi, I'm Aaron Simmons, and I'm with the Troy Fire Department. I've been part of Troy Fire Department for over 11 years now, and I've been working in EMS for over 12. So today I just want to introduce you to the EMS side of the Troy Fire Department. We are all cross-trained, so we not only are all firemen, but we're also all paramedics. So everybody required to work here is a paramedic. And that allows us to provide a dual service to our community and allows us to respond faster as well. So there's a lot of things that we do. A lot of people don't know the schedule that we work and different things. So it's very odd, but the other thing a lot of people don't know is how involved we are in emergency medical services and how many calls we take per year. Last year in 2012, we responded to 4,019 emergency medical service calls, providing ambulance support for 4,019 calls. So that's quite a few, and if you break that down, that's several a day, and that's split between our 3 fire stations, and we're on pace to do that, or maybe even a little more this year. So we provide a lot of support, and our home hospital is Upper Valley Medical Center, so typically unless conditions or the reason for the call determine otherwise, we typically transport to Upper Valley Medical Center. So just to give you a little insight on the EMS side of our job, it's actually probably the largest portion of what we do. But this is the summertime, so I just want to emphasize a few tips, a few areas where we really need to be mindful as a community and to hopefully prevent some of those calls and take less people to the hospital. So today we're just going to talk about pool safety, and we're in full swing of summer, so it's really exciting, and the pools are a great way to have fun, great way to spend some time, some quality time with your family, as well as get refreshed and cooled down from some of the hot summer days. So pool safety, some of the things, especially with small children or children at all, I have a pool and my family, they love swimming in our pool, but you got to be very mindful when your kids are in the pool to be watching them at all times. Last winter I stayed at a hotel and actually did a rescue out of a pool and saved a little child's life because the parents weren't paying attention to the child. So just be very, very careful. Make sure if your kids can't swim or they have any trouble whatsoever, it does not have to be over their head for them to be able to drown. They can drown in really just a few inches of water. So they need to have the proper flotation devices, the swimmies around the arms, something as far as pool safety. The other thing is for personal pools at your homes, make sure the gates are locked, there's fences around it, or if you have the pool that the ladder comes in and out, make sure when no one's in it and you're finished, you take the ladder all the way out and get it out of the way so neighborhood kids or other people cannot get in that pool. Also, I just want to address another part of summer, and that's dehydration. Last week was super hot and there was a lot of people going to the hospital for nausea, illness, dehydration, just being exhausted and doing too much. So we have to know our limitations and know when the good time of day is to be outside doing work, and also to make sure we're drinking plenty of water. Our bodies are made up primarily of water, and our organs need water, need to stay hydrated to do what they're supposed to do. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Water is the best way to hydrate, and make sure you're getting rest and staying out of those hot summer days when it's feasible. And there's a couple cooling centers. If you don't have air conditioning on those really hot days, the YMCAs are providing cooling centers, as well as here in Troy, the Hobart Arena. So during the business hours, and you can go in there and get refreshed. The last thing I want to highlight is a program that we have, and it's called Operation Safeguard. And this is for anybody who lives at home, primarily those who live at home alone. It's a call system where they can call in our fire station every day, and they can sign up on this program, and if they don't call in, we go do a safeguard check and we physically check on them to make sure they're okay. Some elderly people or some people who live alone, they may fall and they may be there for days. So this program allows us to get people quickly, and it allows us to make sure that everybody's okay. And you can call our fire station to get signed up for that program at 335-5678, and that's for anybody who wants to be on that call system. Thank you. Have a great day. Stay safe this summer, and we'll see you next month.
Welcome. My name is Anthony Kendall. I'm Miami County's prosecuting attorney. I've been with the office for 20 years, 20 plus years. Started in 1993 as an assistant, and I moved up the ladder to first assistant and served under now Judge Gary Nazel since 1995, and I recently became your appointed prosecutor in March of this year. I live in Piqua with my wife and 4 children, and I've been in the county since 1987. I want to talk to you a little bit about what the prosecuting attorney does exactly, because a lot of people don't know. I have 6 assistants in my office. Mark out here is my chief civil assistant and first assistant. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the prosecutor's office represents numerous boards and all the elected officials civilly. So if they're sued or if they have legal questions concerning the law, we act as the attorney for all these boards, elected officials, the sheriff, for example, the Miami County commissioners, all the elected officials. We also take care of all the adult felony crimes that take place throughout the county, and during a typical year, we'll have around 600 prosecutions upstairs in the complex court, which range from felony theft to capital murder. We take care of all the juvenile prosecutions, and I have Rob Long prosecuting in the juvenile court, and that is all violations with respect to juveniles, from traffic tickets all the way up to murder. So it covers the whole gambit, and there's a whole lot of cases that run through the juvenile court. And then I have Miss Janine Pratt. We represent the Children's Services Board, or CSB, with respect to abuse, neglect, issues with children. So we represent CSB, and that's about it as far as what we cover. But it's a handful. It's a lot of balls to juggle, you might say. Like with the civil law, for example, I mean, there's whole volumes of the Ohio Revised Code that deal with ditches, for example, or cemeteries. So the civil matters it runs the entire gambit. It's a very vast area of law, and they're very pointed questions that you have to answer, and you have to be very familiar with a wide variety of law. And the criminal prosecutions, it's our goal to represent victims and achieve justice. Along with that, we have a victim witness section, and they are advocates for victims of crime that work with them, to include child victims or any victims of violence. And we have a therapist on staff to work with those who have been affected by a crime, and we're pretty proud of that. And a lot of people that have been affected by crime appreciate that service, and it helps them to prepare for the courtroom in the event that the defendant requires or wants a trial. That's just a thumbnail sketch of the office. A lot of people don't know what it is we do or how it works, but that's, like I said, a thumbnail sketch of the office and what we do, and I look forward to talking to you next month. Thank you.
Hello, hey, we're here at the Miami County Fair with the Sheriff's Office, and they do the Kids ID here. So please tell us about the Kids ID program and what it all entails.
Sure. We photograph the children and put on their information, their name and their physical description in the event that a child goes missing or is abducted or whatever. And that way the card stays with their parents. It's a driver's license type plastic card, and that stays with the parents, and if they need that in a crisis, then they will have that information readily at hand and can give it to law enforcement to speed the search for a child, for a missing child.
How many years have you been out here at the fair doing this program?
Oh golly, I guess it's like 14 now that I've been doing it, but I think it's been out here even before I came to the sheriff's office.
Oh, okay. And I think you guys are giving away bikes here, right?
Yes, we have a drawing every night at 9 o'clock. The kids come out throughout the day and sign up for the bike drawing. We give away one little girl's bike and one little boy's bike every night. So it's exciting. The kids are all excited about winning a bike.
Oh,
So we cheer them on. We wish every kid could win.
Now, how many kids have come through here that you've processed
Oh,
to
my
do the
goodness.
kids ID?
Oh, hundreds of them come through every year, and they are very good about coming back and getting their information updated, because it says on the card to update annually. And so usually this is their first stop when they come to the fair, as they come and get their IDs updated.
Now, you even said that some a little bit older adults come and do this as well, right?
Yeah, we will do an ID for people who are mentally challenged or elderly. We have done those a couple in the past, and we'll do that for people.
Okay.
So we just want the people to be safe, and so we just do that to try and help.
Okay. Well, this is a very nice program that you guys offer.
Yes, we're very proud of this program, and we thank the county for coming out and supporting it. The citizens of Miami County, they come out and support it. They think it's a good program as well.
Okay. Is there anything else going on at the sheriff's office you'd like to talk about?
Sure. Well, we do have Project Lifesaver, and that is if there is a medical issue with a person or a person that is elderly that may, be a bit of a wanderer or something. We have Project Lifesaver, and we can track these individuals. So if they, lose their way, it aids in finding them. It's a tracking system to locate them.
Is it like what kind of a bracelet? Or?
Yeah, it's a bracelet. It's I guess like a GPS bracelet that we will fit them with, and then you just come in and inquire about that at the sheriff's office and fill out the information, and we put their information in our system. And so if they do go missing, or if something like that happens to them, we can engage the bracelet, and it helps in finding them.
Now, is there a cost involved, or is that free?
No, ma'am, that's at no cost.
Okay. Now, is there a phone number or a website that we can go to get any more information about your programs?
Sure. You can go to our website at www.miamicountysheriff.org.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Well, you're very welcome. Thanks for coming by.
All right. Well, thank you.
Okay.